The Wild Women's Symposium. It's an incredible event where a lot of women come together to discover their divine feminine and to give permission for their wild self to come out. In the process of the Wild Women's Symposium, the ladies get to have experiences with different workshops that they get to choose and sign up for online ahead of time. And we also have wonderful intuitive readers that come from all sorts of varieties and ways of reading for the ladies also. And today I have with me Candice Mallicoat, who is one of my dear friends, and we have done lots of workshops together and we've had a lot of fun. And she is going to be, again, one of the intuitive readers at the symposium. Hi, Candice.
Hi.
So tell us about how you read, like what made you become a reader? Why do you feel like this is so important? What, you want to give the ladies in doing the readings and how you do your readings?
Okay. Well, I've dabbled in readings for probably about 20 years, just on my own and with some girlfriends. And I was at a mystic fair earlier this year, and I hadn't done readings for the public until this last year. And I walked up to the facilitator, and it was almost as if someone was using my mouth as a puppet. And I told the facilitator that if she ever needed readers, to go ahead and contact me. And I walked away from that exchange, thinking, what? It hadn't even crossed my mind. I just thought, it looked fun. And so anyway, whatever divine intervention that was, it happened. And so I started doing readings this spring, and it was amazing, and it was very powerful, and it was very validating to myself, because my intuition was flowing, and I realized that I have some gifts that I hadn't really been tapping into. And I've done card readings throughout the years, but I've had this crystal wisdom kit for probably 20 years, and I've loved it, and nothing has resonated with me. And there are two wheels that I use. The women at the Wild Women's Symposium will be able to choose one or the other for their free reading. And one is the healing wheel, which, let's see, I have right here. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. That one shows where you are out of alignment energetically in your chakras and other realms of consciousness, like the animal realm, the angelic realm, etc. And it's great because it shows, where these imbalances are. And then I use the crystals that are cast upon the wheel to highlight some of the healing properties that need to be brought in. And there are suggestions for healing that are made. So whomever gets a reading like this can walk away with some practical knowledge to take into the coming days to try to shift those energy centers that need shifting. And then the other one I have is the life wheel. This one's got 12 areas that it was designed around the 12 zodiac houses. And this one's a fun one. It's kind of what I call a bird's eye view as to the energies at work in your life. And it's quite helpful. And it shows kind of what's been going on for a couple weeks prior, maybe a couple weeks coming up. So it's a good solid basis to give you an idea of what's working and then how to use those energies just to do whatever you need to do in your life. So,
yeah. I love that every reader has a sort of a different approach. And I love that you have this unique approach to how you help people see into themselves. And that's very exciting. And the ladies that came to the Wild Women's Symposium loved your readings the last time. And so we were like, okay, we are so doing that again. So thank you so much for coming and doing readings again. So now, in your life, what do you see as the steps that you think would help the women who are coming to the symposium move towards? You're a reader, you're an intuitive, you're doing work on yourself. What do you see as your personal challenges that are really waking up you, that are moving you into your new directions? Because I find for myself as a reader, what I'm working on is usually what everybody else is working on at the same time. And you have such an incredible skill set that's also as a facilitator. And you've started a class, you started doing a class, and I would love to have you share also about that, because that's related to your own personal journey also.
All right. So what challenges are helping me? How much time do we have?
As much as you want.
No, well, currently I am picking up the pieces from being gifted by with Lyme disease from a lovely little tick that I got here in Utah. And that was 4 years ago. And you know, it's a journey. It's been huge in my awakening. I see how I created the right circumstances for illness. I see lots of patterns. I mean, it's any kind of journey with mental or physical illness. If it can go deep, really deep, and there's usually a lot of layers. And so, I mean, I've been very into, you know, working on myself since I was about 16 or 17 anyway. And so, I mean, it's just daily. I just look within, I journal, you know, I ask my guides, I ask for help. And so in doing readings, I'm not really sure exactly how it correlates, but I know that the deeper I have gone, because I have had to with my physical, you know, journey, has just really helped me tap into a lot of things I didn't know were there. A lot of strength, to be honest. A lot of hardship too, but you know, there's blessings in everything. And I mean, if we don't find those blessings, it's pointless. Like, why would we want to struggle and not have any reward? And so, then, the class, yes. So the Embodying Wellness class I give is based off of the support group that I created for women. The classes I give are co-ed, but the support group is strictly for women. So we have a safe place to navigate this. And I really want to, you know, speak to any women coming to the symposium this time. You know, come and chat with me. You know, even if you don't get a reading, let's have a conversation if you're struggling mentally or physically. There's, you know, some tips and tricks that I've learned to, you know, live as normal as I can while I, you know, deal with a lot of this. And it's fueled a lot of my own personal spiritual work. And another thing I'm feeling intuitively prompted to say is to find sacred rituals. They have absolutely saved my sanity and brought lots and lots of messages. You know, just meditations, lighting candles, you know, calling in the directions, just praying, whatever it looks like. And having a consistent practice has helped me in my darkest times be able to kind of anchor to some kind of light, because it can be easy to not want to live anymore when you're dealing with a lot of this stuff. And it's one of the best ways I have found to just kind of, like I said, anchor to and try to stay focused on the life I am living. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I don't think any healer worth their salt or any intuitive worth their salt has not had very intense personal journeys that I think crack the ego and allow the light to kind of spring forth. And just like you said, it's like the illness actually showed you a strength. And, you know, people always say, well, I just don't want bad things to happen and I don't want to get sick. And I just go, you know, those are some of the most powerful moments when you actually discover a deeper strength that your ego didn't have control over, but they're really intense when you're going through them. And, you know, it's like you said, and I find for myself, it's like my whole body process of the aging process and trying to adjust my energy to that and surrendering into that. And at the same time, living an enlightened life in each moment, because I don't think you can, you know, maintain it forever, but you have to like choose moments where you step fully in and you just go, oh, okay, I've got Lyme. And so now what do I do and how do I heal this? And then you learn the compassion to work with other people. And, you know, you have this incredible, I mean, what I love about you is you have so much energy and it's like no one would ever guess that you have Lyme. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, everybody I know that has Lyme is like under the table, but, you know, I live in Northern California. And so, you know, it's sort of maybe a different type, but you basically, you know, you have this diagnosis, but you don't let it define you.
no, I was a nurse's aide for 10 years, and it was interesting to see how different people dealt with their illnesses. And And it is unfortunate because it can be very easy to drown in those waves and wear it as a cloak and an identity, and talk about it all the time and use it as excuses. And when Spirit told me that I needed to and got to work with sick women, I was like, no, 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 because I've seen too many people that just do what I said. It's their identity, and they have a hard time breaking through that and seeing the life that's being lived in spite of what they're going through. And I was adamant about not wanting, to do this. But of course, sometimes when, our life purpose comes knocking, it isn't always what we expect. So I thought, that whole phrase of make your mess your message has been pretty profound. And I did a lot of this on my own for 4 years. I had no support group as far as, my immediate family. I didn't really have a lot of friends that were dealing with issues physically. And, and so I'm really honored to be able to hold women in a sacred space and let them know that there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with us. We can still be these amazing spiritual people. But it's, it's a support group. And that's why I love being a part of the Wild Women's Symposium, because we are empowering each other. We are loving each other. We are trying to help heal ourselves and each other. And it's just near and dear to my heart. So thank you.
So welcome, and thank you for being part of our group, and we are so excited to have you again. And so ladies out there, now you get to know another one of the readers that's going to be at the Wild Women's Symposium. And I think as we speak, we are getting schedules up so that people can register for classes, and you can register for the intuitive readers, because we, obviously have to give them a break too. And so they have certain slots that they're working, and we've got some fabulous readers, and Candice Mallicoat is one of the best. So ladies, we want you to kind of go out there, buy your tickets on the Wild Women's Symposium. We also have lunch boxes that are available from the Leonardo. And so once you register for your ticket and you register for your classes, you will also get a little email that is a link to actually register to buy a lunchbox, because during the lunch times, the readers will not be reading, and we are going to have some things that are going to be on a stage that'll be fun and engaging. And so you might want to eat your lunch and listen to the music that we're having, and some other incredible things that will be happening during the lunchtime. So thank you, Candice. Once again, ladies, sign up for the Wild Women's Symposium. It's on Eventbrite. It is October 2nd through 4th. Thanks, Candice.
Great, thank you.